ripped into deep right, way back there to the wall. It's over! 7 runs in the bottom of the 9th, and the Aggies come all the way back. Driven into the gap, left center field, down to the wall. The game is tied. Here comes the winning run, and the Aggies have walked it off. UC Davis trying to send their seniors out with a win in their final home game of the season and spoil a possible NCAA tournament bid for UC Irvine. It's UC Davis and UC Irvine coming up here on ESPN Plus, the final game of this 3-game series. And welcome inside the Dobbins Stadium press box, everyone, alongside the Cal Aggie Hall of Famer Bob Dunning. I'm Greg Wong. Well, Bob, we'll get to UC Irvine in a second. They've taken the first 2 games of the set, but first, UC Davis, plenty to play for today. It's senior day and a chance to send 3 seniors that have been so important to this program out with a win. James Williams III, Nate Freeman, Nathan Pang have really led this team through a transition into the next chapter of UC Davis history.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for our Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Pretty deep well of moves we could have chosen today, but the winner, Tova Sable, the senior, that is a block with a little something extra on the end of it, sending the Aggies on the brakes, and that is a beautiful finish by Epps. Again, that's our Hercules Tires strong move of the game. Now, these 2 teams have played a lot over the years. We've talked about that at length. Irvine, Hawaii, UC Davis. You mix and match any one of those 3 teams against each other. They've had a lot of history. This is going to be Hawaii ball.
Good tip by both Mozzie and Sydney. They are, again, they're flying around.
This is right up there with some of the great games these 2 teams have played. And it's on senior day, big crowd, a lot of Hawaii fans. And there's been plenty of chippiness on both sides. And who knows, this might not be the last time they meet this year.
You can sense that the end of the season is coming, though. Everybody's playing their best basketball right now.
Yeah, this is a preview of what we're going to get in Henderson. That is going to be a treat. Leifotu with a big layup. Man, has she been large today.
Shifty, knows how to get her shot off. Consistent, too, throughout the entire game.
Now the Aggies need a bucket here. Trying to come up with an answer. Harris, nice drive. Sable for 3 and the tie. Yes, sir! First 3 of the game for Tova Sable, one of the great players in Aggie history. On senior day, rains down a triple to tie the game at 56. And an official's timeout. Again, I think we have a clock issue. You know, Tova, I don't even know if she was ready to shoot this 3. She was not expecting that pass. And they are going to review this to see if it was a 2 or a 3. So we'll see if we get an angle at this.
But again, Tova Sable does not need any time. She can be standing straight up and still be able to make that shot. So much power, so much strength in her legs.
You talked about how it is going to be a 3-pointer, it looks like. Yeah, confirmed it's a 3. She was behind the line. You've talked about when she first got here, she was primarily a scorer. And I don't even know why they needed to review that.
Me either. I don't know what we're seeing.
I don't think either team is going to complain about some more rest right now, but Tova has just rounded her game so sharply between her defense, her passing, her dribbling. She truly is a player that does a little bit of everything. Actually, not a little bit. A lot of everything. Here's Jovi Leifotu. Usually her sister, Wahine Kapu, that's doing most of the scoring. Right now, it's Leifotu. Wahine Kapu, though, still can get hot in a hurry. And you're getting the sense that she is getting in a groove.
Yeah, I mean, Hawaii did a great job of just having a lot of switches, a lot of confusion on the defensive end, and that's what gets Wahine Kapu a really wide open mid-range shot.
Missed her last for first 11 shots. Sable. That's a high percentage shot for her, just maybe a little wide of an angle. But anyway, Wahine Kapu is now 4 for 16, so she's hit 3 of her past 5. And Hawaii gets a stop. No doubt, points are going to be hard to come by down the stretch. Leifotu, Sable again played the defense. She got a hand on that. A dozen on the timer.
There's a lot of blocks going on in this gym. It's nice to see.
It has felt like a block party for sure. Actually, Sable didn't argue, so she did get a piece of that. Burns with another steal. Sends Epps the other way. We are tied again. Sydney Burns has been the igniter, playing up to her last name.
And what's great too is Nia Epps is just always sprinting down the floor, ready for that transition pass after that steal.
Burning the midnight oil on this end of the floor. Wahine Kapu nowhere to go with Sable. Leifotu again, Tova right there, but they call a foul. Tova didn't like it. This is, yet again, Sydney Burns reading it all the way. 5 steals in Honolulu, 4 in the rematch. And Nia Epps with the conversion. And they call this in the act of shooting too. Again, I think the Aggies think Leifotu sold the contact. We'll see if we get another look. Jovi Leifotu with 11 points. She averages about 5 a game.
Maybe a little bit on the arm.
And I couldn't tell on the back end whether she got her on the head also. Two free throws for the Wahine. They have 17 free throws today, 13 out of 17. The Aggies 8 out of 12. And again, we have a clock issue. Scott Osborne has given the scores table a workout today. Burns is going to do it herself. Nice spin, going glass, Sydney Burns!
She is on fire. Defense, offense does not matter. She's leading this team great.
She is completely tearing the roof off this place. Loudest 6 points you're ever going to see. Tied again at 60. Perez. Aggies with a chance now to take the lead, and guess who tapped that rebound in Norris? Sydney Burns. And she steps on the gas. The motor is relentless. Backdoor, Epps. Yes, and a foul! The Aggies take the lead. Sydney Burns and Nia Epps have put the Aggies on their back down the stretch. And Sydney Burns is putting on a mixtape of her own.
I am loving the energy on the bench, in the gym. It's contagious. You can see it.
We've talked all year long about Nia Epps' finishing ability. So much improvement. She has not missed a layup today. Maybe the first one early, but other than that, she has been automatic from down there. And there the and one. Aggies up 3. A hard screen. Wahine Kapu, Leifotu for the tie. Rims out, Harris with a box out. A put back up and in. Aggies thought it should have been over the back. And there is Tamilo. All 6'5" of her making a 1-point game. Under a minute left in another classic between UC Davis and Hawaii. Sable for three. The senior buries it. One of the great scores this program has ever seen. Give the Aggies a 4-point lead with another 3-point hit in Lefotu. One more response by the Wahine to stay alive. This is a 5-second differential, and so Hawaii is gonna foul. Tova Sable, this is what the great ones do. End of the game, that is when they take over the game.
This is why she always has the green light. She knows she can make it in crunch time.
So Burns was the one that got fouled. I give a lot of credit to Hawaii. With this place erupting, they have come down to the other end and just made some huge shots to keep them in it. But Burns at the line. It's been her day. It still is.
Huge free throws.
Does Hawaii have another punch left? They're having to use a lot of clock, and we got a foul. That is exactly what Hawaii needed because they were not in a scoring position, and a hip check got called. And Wahine Kapu is at the line, 71%. Burns got called for it. Friendly bounce. Remember, Wahine Kapu at the end of the Big West tournament, she missed 2 free throws during clutch time. There was the foul. Probably left a bad taste in her mouth all off season. She is one of the greats in Hawaii history. A hometown hero, makes 2 clutch ones there. And again, it's a 2-point game. The Aggies are going to be forced to inbound the ball, keep it, and then if they get fouled, hit free throws. Here's another look at the foul on Burns. What do you think, Dele?
I mean, there's definitely some contact there, far away from the hoop. Obviously, Sydney Burns kept her arms back, so that's usually good. But if both Sydney hits her with a little bit with her hip and then Hawaii sells it, you know, you got to kind of call it.
They're really skilled at it.
They're
really skilled at drawing fouls. And go ahead.
No, and I was just thinking that, like, Sydney Burns has just done such a good job the entire game. And, like, I mean, the reason she's doing so well is because she's aggressive. So if that's the foul call, then that's the foul call. You don't want her to stop losing that aggression.
Rainbow Wahine trying to avoid losing 2 in a row after 14 straight wins. They're going to end the year with Bakersfield and CSUN, 2 teams that are in last place in the conference. They're still, even if they lose this game, they're still set up to get one of the top 2 spots, but they're going to need to still pick up those wins to do so. And UC Davis, such a tough schedule to end it. But first things first, they need a big win today. Burns is fouled by Wahine Kapu. 4th foul against her. And that's now 13 for Wahine Kapu, 13 for Lefotu. And now Sydney Burns at the line. This has been Burns' best free throw shooting by far of her career. She's 83% on the season.
That's a senior right there. Cool, calm, collected.
It doesn't even look like her heart rate's elevated. Shouldn't be either.
You can see she's got the team behind her, too. They wanted her to shoot those free throws.
Timeout. And again, the Aggies with 16 seconds left need to get a stop here. If they do, they would really be set up. And I want to talk about Sydney a little more. I think it's fair to say she's had an up and down career at UC Davis. Remember, she started her career, we've said this a lot, playing with a team full of seniors that had won 4 straight Big West championships, and she went into that starting lineup with those seniors. She has started almost every game of her career. This is her 116th game of her career. She started almost every one of them. And to see this performance today, it really, if you know Sydney, has to be really heartwarming because of how popular she is. And she's a captain for a reason, and Jen Gross raves about her leadership despite sometimes not getting as many minutes as I know she's wanted despite all the starts she's gotten in her career.
I think the word that I would use for Sydney is grace. Like, she is just, I mean, she's a leader when she's on the court, but also, when she gets subbed out and people come in for her, she's just happy for her teammates, even when they're like doing super, super well and she's not able to get as many minutes. And like, if you stay consistent, especially as a UC Davis Aggie, like, you're going to get your time. You're going to get it every single time. And I think she's just stayed ready her entire career.
Got that look in her eye right now.
Yeah, she's in it.
Fire in the eyes for Sydney Burns. Hawaii's come up with a response every time they've desperately needed one. They need one more. At least Wahine Kapu blocked. Mozzie Harris. Seniors are doing it for the Aggies. Mozzie Harris says, I don't think so. And a foul called, and with 10.6, the Aggies are starting to smell it. Hawaii is out of timeouts. And Mozzie Harris doing the work. Again, throughout her 4 years, she's become just an absolute lockdown defender.
And she does it without fouling, too. Like, she's just, her wingspan, she's just able to eat up space.
You can tell. The Aggies also, they're a different team. We have a timeout called by Jen Gross here with Mozzie Harris on the floor. And she had to miss a chunk of the year, and I don't think it was coincidental that the Aggies struggled in those games with both Mozzie and Nia Epps out there for the Aggies. They really provide the Aggies a lot of juice on that end, and of course, we think about all the other things that Mozzie Harris does in terms of just keeping the ball moving on offense. And Jen Gross will tell you she's the best cutter on the team. Sable gets it. She gets fouled by Wahine Kapu, so only 9.9 seconds left.
Jennifer Gross is doing a good job getting the ball inbounds and into the people that she wants to shoot those free throws. So Sydney Burns got it last time. Tova Sable got it this time.
Yeah, if the Aggies don't foul on the other end, it's going to be really tough for Hawaii to get back in it because they don't have any more fouls or any more timeouts. So they just don't want to foul, make Hawaii score, and use clock. It's going to be a two-possession game no matter what. This place is going to erupt if the Aggies pull it off in the final 9.9. Kelsey Mai. One last shot. She steps into a three. 3 seconds. And a foul with .4 on the clock. Tova Sable, fittingly, is going to go to the free throw line to put the icing on a cake that the Aggies have been wanting to taste for a long time. And the seniors are going to get, I think, an ovation, perhaps. Maybe they're going to save it for post-game. Tova Sable at the line. I don't know, let Hawaii go to the locker room. There's a free throw up and in. I think Jen Gross is going to save the curtain call for post-game. One more for Tova.
She knew that was in. Started walking away from the line before it even went in.
Ball game. One of the great wins in UC Davis history. They knock off the champs, beating the #1 team. They take down their rivals, and I'm sure most importantly for them, they send 5 incredible seniors out with a victory in their final game inside University Credit Union Center.